In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the s.t.dupont Classique Phoenix fountain pen. I'll go over the specs, I'll do a writing sample, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like about this fountain pen coming up. Blake here with Blake's Broadcast. On this channel, I review fountain pens, paper, and ink, and as always, I put links in the show notes in the description below. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, it really helps out my channel. Alright, let's get on with the review. This is the s.t.dupont Classique Phoenix fountain pen. For those of you that don't know, s.t.dupont is a French luxury accessories maker. They're most famous for lighters, but secondarily to that, I think they're most famous for pens. So a lot of times they'll use the same finishes, the same designs, or a lighter and do a pen in that same kind of style. So they kind of go together. They also make leather accessories. I have no experience with those, but they look nice. But really, I think it's the lighters and the pens that they're most famous for. They're also known for using Chinese lacquer, which is what this pen, at least the black parts of this pen, are painted with. And Chinese lacquer is, I believe, very similar to Japanese urushi. They both are natural and they both come from a tree. If someone knows the primary difference or if there's any difference in the characteristics of those two lacquers, let me know. But I think they're very similar. Now, the Neoclassique is a line that I do not believe s.t.dupont makes anymore. This pen, I think, came out around 2013, and I bought this pen about a year or two ago, so they definitely had a hard time selling them because they made 888 of them, which is a lucky number. And if you notice on the bottom here, there is a Chinese coin design, so little insight into why they chose to make 888. But anyway, they had trouble selling them, and part of that was probably because the retail price for this pen was $2,175. Now, I bought this pen brand new for about a quarter of that. And at that price, this is a very nice pen. It's still a very expensive pen, but at around $500, or actually I think I paid a little under $500, I feel good about this pen. Now, let's walk through it. So we have flat ends here. There's a D for DuPont on the top, done in black. I don't know if they did the Chinese lacquer on that, but it's some kind of black material. And then we go into the clip, which is just a basically a long rectangle, goes almost the full length of the cap. It says s.t.dupont Paris. Very nice looking engraving, very good quality. I've never had anything from s.t.dupont that I didn't think was made really, really well. And everything, yeah, just everything they make is super high quality. So here we can see made in France, and 031, this is number 31 out of 888. So, very nice. The cap is, as far as I can tell, completely straight. There's no taper to it at all. It's a snap cap. It's all metal inside. So it's called the Phoenix because of the Phoenix design here. You can see sort of this Chinese Phoenix motif. It looks very nice. You can feel the different materials. The Chinese lacquer is raised over this gold-plated brass part that's showing through. So that does give me questions about how durable this pen will be over time, if that Chinese lacquer will chip just because it is raised. It's not completely smooth. This isn't a pen that really leaves my desk. I'm not sticking it in pen loops or anything like that. It's honestly, it's too flashy for me to take out and use it at work or anything like that. I really just enjoy it at my desk. So I can't really comment too much on the durability of the actual lacquer on here, but I do have some questions about that. Oh, the clip is spring-loaded and it feels very nice, very substantial, really feels really solid. Now, the barrel does have a little bit of a taper to it. It's very subtle, but it does taper down a bit towards the end. And at the end, again, we have that Chinese coin. I think it looks really cool. I like that touch a lot. So taking the cap off, we have a gold-plated section here. And then we have this sort of raised ring here. Let's see if I get a little bit closer. We have this raised ring here with like a ridge in the middle, just kind of preventing your fingers from going too far down. And then you'll notice it kind of has like it protrudes a little bit, like the section extends beyond that point over the nib a little bit. Interesting design. It's cool looking. You can see these sort of decorative lines here, and they go out into these cutouts in the side of the nib, which I think looks really neat. It's not, in truth though, I would say it's not my favorite looking nib. The design is kind of interesting. It says 18 karat gold medium, or M for medium because it's medium. And we have the script D there, a hallmark at the end there. S.t.dupont is known for having very smooth nibs, and this nib is no exception. It is an incredibly smooth nib. Now, it is a cartridge converter. It takes a standard cartridge and international converter. Converter that comes with it is branded, but it's not super nice. One other thing I'd like to mention is this Chinese lacquer has these like metallic flakes in it, which is pretty cool looking. You can't feel those when you touch them. They're in the paint. Chinese lacquer can have a lot of depth to it. I know this isn't a fountain pen, don't get mad at me. But you can see this Chinese lacquer, you can have some nice design to it. Now, looking at the size, it's 151 millimeters long, and uncapped we're about, I'd say 137. This is a very long pen. I don't post it. I don't really want to push it past that point, but it's such a long pen, I wouldn't want to post it anyway. And this cap, it would just make it too heavy. Let's do the grip section. So at the very top of the grip section, we're looking at 11.1, and then right before that ridge or that bump at the end is 8.9. So this is a thin grip section. I can probably do a couple pages before I'm tired of this, before I start feeling fatigued, because it is heavy and it's a thin grip section. It just takes more force to hold the pen for a longer time. I get about 2 pages. So if you're looking for a pen that can do long writing sessions, this isn't it, at least not for me. I don't post this pen. It's too long. Now, just as a comparison to some other pens, just so you get a sense of the size, this is a 149, which is Montblanc's oversized pen. This is a Homo sapiens. I believe this is also, they call this, I think, the Maxi, and that is, again, just, it's a big pen. Here's a Lummi 2000. Yeah, it's a long pen. It looks very pretty. I do like the looks of this pen. Now, in terms of weight, this is with a relatively full cartridge, 55.52 grams, so really heavy. Now, I don't think you're going to be able to write with this pen posted, so that number maybe isn't that important. 31.66, so it's a heavy pen. It's a metal pen. But if you look, you get a lot of length here, so I don't think you're going to want to write with this posted. You're not going to need to. So, okay. All right, let's do the writing sample. So this is the s.t.dupont Neo Classique. Let me know if I misspelled that. I probably did. And this is Kaweco Black. Now, if you'll notice, you can hear this nib squeaking on this Rhodia paper. Let's do fast writing. Okay, so interestingly, this nib squeaks on the Rhodia or the Clairefontaine 90 GSM paper. I'm not sure why it does. Maybe it just has to do with the smoothness of the nib. It doesn't. I can't think of other papers that it squeaks on. I was been using this pen all week, and I've been using it with Tomoe River. I've been using it with Mitsubishi Bang paper. I've been using it with Midori MD paper, and interestingly, it squeaks on Rhodia, and I'm not sure exactly why, and I can't think of another pen that does that. But anyway, just something to point out. Now, you notice in our fast writing test, we did get some skips. This pen does not like that. But under normal writing, it's really quite nice. And when you put a cartridge in it, it writes almost right away. So I really do like the performance of this. And if you are someone that loves smooth nibs, this is a really good option. In terms of reverse writing, it's very smooth actually, but it's not the best at it. In terms of flexibility, this nib is somewhat soft. You can get a little bit of line variation, but see, look, I just railroaded there. It's not really designed for it, but you do get some softness that you do feel when you're writing with the pen, but it's not designed to be pushed like that. I think just the real standout from nib perspective is that it's super smooth, and that's one of the things that S.t.dupont is known for. And yeah, compared to a normal pen, you'll notice that this is considerably smoother. So what are my pros and cons for the S.t.dupont Neo Classique Phoenix fountain pen? The biggest pro for me is definitely the looks. This is a very luxurious looking pen. It feels very luxurious, very high quality. I like the black Chinese lacquer with the silver flakes in it. It looks really, really pretty, and it feels very premium. I also really like the S.t.dupont nib. It is super smooth and very, very nice to write with. Now, in terms of cons, the biggest con is obviously the price. The retail was over $2,000. You can still find new ones of these out there, so obviously they had a hard time selling them at that price. If you can get one of these in the $500 range, I think this is a pretty nice pen in that price point. Now, the other thing is, this pen is skinny, especially the grip section. So if you like a thicker grip section, this might not be the most comfortable. And it's also, because it's brass, it is a weighty fountain pen. So for long writing sessions, this pen for me does get a little bit tiring. The other con would be that you can't post it, or maybe you can if you're really, really careful, but it would just become too long. It's a very long pen, not really meant for posting. And that's about it. So, do you guys have this pen? Do you like this pen? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more fountain pen, paper, and ink videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much, and until next time.